morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. It is a Monday morning news and Jentel show. I am your host, Mike Barra in, I almost said Seattle, Washington, Las Vegas, Nevada, joined today, as I always am, by my co-host on Mondays and Wednesdays, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair, and it's not curly today, Jennifer Fallaw-Doring in Hayden, Idaho. Jen, how are you and how was your weekend?
Good weekend. Everything was great. Spent time with my daughters. Each daughter got a mommy-daughter day, and I've been promising to do that, so we had a good time. And yeah.
Good to be here. Good. Glad you're here. Okay, so I'm going to start with just a little quick news update as things stand now. Now, remember, I was told, or I don't even remember the source of this anymore, that there was a plan A and a plan B. And there was no plan C, meaning that as far as they were concerned, they weren't going to do this again. They were going to finish with plan B. Now, there was a 1 week window that opened on sundown on Monday. Last Monday, the, what was that, Jen? The 29th. That, or no, what is, yeah, okay. It was, it doesn't matter. But it expires tonight at midnight on the international dateline. So we are in a window still for the plan A, plan B thing to go over. I have a piece of information from a reliable source that there were high-level international bankers, military people that met, and they came back with, it's tonight or tomorrow. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it means an announcement in Iraq. I don't know if it means we get our notifications. I don't know if it means that something moves forward on the new process. I just don't know what it means. All I know is that supposedly it is scheduled to happen sometime the next couple of days. It could take many different forms because we still don't know for sure what the process is going to be, do we, Jen? I mean, we have our speculations, we have our beliefs, we have things that make sense to us, but we don't know what those people are planning at the high levels. So that's kind of what I got. It's not much of an update. My bondholder guy is hoping to be paid, is expecting to be paid this week. And that aligns with several other people who've given me the same day. I know the day. I can't tell you the day. I promised I wouldn't. But I know the day that he thinks he's going to be paid. And if the bondholder, who is really just a broker that's getting a commission, if he's paid, the RV is happening. It's that simple. If he gets paid, the RV is happening. And this will not be secondhand information. This will be me hearing him speak on a phone call claiming he got paid. And I know he is a reliable person who's not going to lie about that because he hasn't lied about anything yet. Okay, so that's it, Jen. That's what I got for news. How are you feeling today? I think we're in the last week of the everything that you wish to happen is going to happen in the next 4 weeks. Jentel from 3 or 4 weeks ago now. So I think we're in this last week. Any thoughts? Any stuff you want to do before you get straight to the Jentel, or no?
No.
No? No.
No. I think I just want to get to the Jentel.
Okay. All right. So let's do that. Also, guys, remember, if you want to ask Jen a question, please make sure you include your real name, at least your first name, and the name of the person, pet, or alien entity you may be asking about. Okay. So include the real names. Otherwise, it's very hard for Jen to get a connection and get an accurate answer for you. Okay. So keep that in mind, because we are probably going to get to questions today, I would think. All right. Let's get your Jentel banner up and make you big and go from there.
Okay. This is Interdimensional Meditation by Jennifer Fallaw-Doring for July 1st. Can you believe we're in July? Now, this morning, I woke up negative. I saw that everybody else woke up negative. You guys just have to remember, we were told in last Jentel by Gabriel, be strong, hang in there. I don't know. I've started a whole new book. Hold steady, be strong. God wins always. So we knew we were going to come up on a time where everything was really quiet. That is not bad news. Okay? We go through a weekend and everything's quiet. Everybody panics, wakes up, thinks nothing is real. Okay, that's not true. All right? This is where we're at. Now, I went into Jentel today. I had no idea what was going on. And I'm going to give you what I heard, what I saw. So we have RV news and we have in the news this week. RV news. I was met there by Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Haniel in meditation. I said, why is it so quiet? Now, a lot of this was summarized by me because they were showing me things, they were talking, and I'll get you what I picked up. Give you what I picked up. First of all, I saw Germany. When I asked why are things so quiet, I said, and Michael, in so many words, told me they are waiting for bond clients' funds to clear to complete the tier. Last time we spoke, the estimation was that everything was on the way and we're good and we're going to move on. Wrench in the spoke somewhere over there in Germany. I don't know how to explain that. This is what I heard. There was a delay in funding overseas. I said, what was the delay? He said it had to do with fluctuations. Now, Gabriel told me this. It had to do with fluctuations in the bond market. Some transactions were seen. So what was happening is instead of being behind the scenes, they were showing up on Ledger. This can interrupt something with target estimations for currency rates. They're working to ensure that bond payments remained off Ledger. Somehow it would have raised the value of fiat currency, and we can't have that at this point. So some of them, for some reason, were showing up. I don't know how to explain that, but so they're working on that to get these paid. So there's kind of a freeze on that. They're working on that to get these payments recorded and paid out and funded separately. Okay. Best estimation for notifications now, I asked. And they all answered at the same time, Thursday. At this moment in time, when I got information last time about my appointment being on the 7th, that may have been moved just a little bit. I think this whole thing kicks off on the 8th for actual appointments. At this point in time, as long as everything runs smoothly. So you get this process going. If there's any hiccups in this thing, they have to stop and they have to make sure that they fix it, okay? Gabriel said Thursday is a big day. And I said, why? He said announcements, and then he said world trade. So we're going to get some kind of announcements on Thursday. In the news this week. Now, once again, with these bullet points for in the news this week, they may be connected, they may not be connected. I hear things, see things, and so I'm just writing down bullet points from that. First thing, Wall Street falls. Now, you got to be pretty brave to come out here and say all this stuff, and that's exactly what I'm doing this morning because I have no idea if any of this is going to come to fruition. Wall Street falls. Second bullet point, trade with foreign markets. We'll hear about that. And then third bullet point, WTO. We'll either hear news or something big happening with that. Then I said, well, show me something that's happening in the news this week. I'm standing in the middle of something that looked like blown up. I don't know if it's actual footage. But what I see on the ground are papers burning. Papers burning. Next bullet point. Biden fired. After I saw papers burning, I heard Biden fired. Now, does he get fired? Is it 25th Amendment? I don't know. But they're still trying to figure out how they're going to pull this character out. And then I saw a stack of paperwork, and I asked what it is, and he said contracts. Contracts ending. Then I heard something that sounded like a push for unionization. A push for unionization. And then I heard troops on the ground, and I said, where? They said USA. Actually, it said here, and that would be where I am, and that's USA. Next one, inflation numbers revealed. So that led me to believe that possibly the true inflation numbers would come out. I mean, at the debate, one of the recent debate between Biden and Trump, one of the people running the debate said, well, it used to cost like $100 to go to the grocery store, and now it's like $120. I'm like, are you high? I mean, it's like $400 for a family. By the time you get in there and you get out of there for the full run, it's not $150, $200 anymore. It's double or triple. So they're lying. We're going to see talks or news about a push for change globally. So people, the public is really going to start pushing this now. The news is going to get on board with pushing this globally. An interesting bullet point, rising seas false. So we got stacks of paper, we got papers burning, and rising seas faults. That could be, I really don't know, but that could be the whole global warming thing being revealed as a hoax, a scam. Now, I saw Hunter Biden, and we're looking for and what I saw from Hunter Biden are strings leading out to other bullet points, to other points. So his connections. So as it pertains to him, the connections. And so does that lead to Biden being fired? We'll see. I did get a sense when they were telling me these things that it was very, they were very careful that I didn't say anything that would get me in any kind of trouble. Okay. Now this one, we're going to have to look out for this one. I got earthquake, Pacific Rim. Okay. So it sounds like there's a whole lot of things going on from now until next Monday. The RV is real. The change politically is real. The change to new currency globally is real. But at this point in time, we cannot be careless and miss any kind of steps. Because as this process proceeds, when you get to the point, when you get to tier 4, we need to make sure that everything runs smoothly, because that's a big, big task to handle. And we get the middle of that and we have a problem, that's a problem. So I do feel like there was a wrench in the spokes there with the payment, the completion of not taking in the bonds, not doing that process, but the completion of the payments. Something happened over in Germany. I saw Germany. And I said, where am I? Germany? And then I saw people in the little outfits and everything. And I'm like, okay. So they show you things so that you'll understand what they're trying to tell you. At this point in time, when you go into meditation in the morning and everybody you know and your entire circle is just looking to you to give them some hope, you have to get out of your own way. And hopefully I did. So we'll see how this goes. We had a lot of Jentel confirmations last week on In the News this week. I do that part to give you guys hope, to strengthen your faith. And hopefully the other RV part of it Just so that I feel and that everybody else feels confident that there's truth there as well. But this is a moving plan and it is a moving process, and everybody knows, and everybody's tired of hearing that. It doesn't change the fact that it is. But it's still moving and it's still happening. So let's just see what happens now and how they handle everything at once. And that's Jentel for this week.
Okay. That's interesting. From a number of perspectives, we've got bankers meeting believing it's going to go. We've got Intel people believing it's going to go. We had Wolvie, very upset yesterday that his information about Iraq celebrating and all that didn't go. But here's the thing. We talked about this. We actually did talk this weekend for rarely, one of the rare times we actually do that. And we talked about how Iraq, it doesn't really make sense for them to go publicly first because of all the chaos that will ensue after that happens, the fall of the dollar, the stock market crashing. But Jen, it's like now you get this Jentel and it seems like everything's kind of piling up at once. Like it is kind of happening like boom, all going to happen in a very short period of time, the next week or two. We certainly hope that our part of it, the exchange part of it, or at least the appointment part of it, begins this week finally. And some people that we can confirm have been paid under the RV actually get paid. That would be really, really sweet stuff. The
other thing about that is we knew we were going to go into a period of time where there was silence, and we may not get that kind of confirmation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We may not get that confirmation until we get notification.
Right.
Because as soon as everybody gets paid, they can't talk.
Yep. Theoretically, that's the truth. Well, here's how I will know. I will know.
Those who have been paid will not contact you.
I will know that the bondholder has been paid when his friends get money from him, which I believe he would be allowed to do under this process. Maybe can't say anything about where it came from, but once my other contact gets money from him, then I'll know he's been paid. And then we'll know that this is actually processing. So one of the things too, I thought was really interesting. I wanted to ask you about, as long as we've maybe got Gabe or Mike or somebody on the line right here, is last week's Jentel said Biden leaves early. And while he has not left yet, certainly everything since you said that has been setting up for him to leave early. It's like it's in motion. It's in process. Biden leaves early. So I'm going to call that a Jentel confirm. I'm just going to argue that one with anybody because, you said Biden leaves early, new info. I don't know that we've had the new info yet, but it sounds like we're maybe going to get it. The global warming stuff is exciting to me because I've been fighting that bullshit for 20 years, 25 years. And, the exposure of it as a complete scam would be great if data came out or if somebody in an official capacity said it. But I want to ask you about the debate, because the debate is where the Biden leaves early process really started. It was, of course, a massacre. We discussed it on a special Friday, Toxically Masculine Tuesday, that we did on Friday with the boys, Blake and Brooks. But I want to ask you, because I don't know, I want to know what the angels say. You said that it was staged. Now, here's my question. It's a little complex, but here's the question.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. You did. That was a private conversation we had the night of the debate or the day after. But here's what I want to get clarified out there if we can. Was it staged by the White Hats? In other words, is this guy working for Trump and his people? Or was it staged in the sense that the Democrats and their allies in the media set him up to fail so they can get rid of him? Either one of those could be considered a staged event.
It was for Trump's security.
It was for Trump's security. Okay. So does that mean they
can't have him walking into a den of wolves, standing there on stage,
which he did,
as a sitting duck? They can't have that.
I mean, he did. That's exactly what he did on Thursday. Everything was stacked against him there, and he slaughtered the guy. He got curb stomped. Is that one? There's now a new guy who's gone viral on Twitter. He's like, I beat up Donald Trump or something. He goes, dude, you got curb stomped for an hour and a half. Donald Trump.
If you were to rewatch it,
yeah,
it's completely different than when two people are standing in the same room, and there were times there where they spoke to each other, but Biden was mostly looking everywhere else. And even when he asked Trump something, he wasn't looking at Trump. He was looking off this direction.
Well, and he was playing with his ear. Did he have an earpiece in? And were they cheating to try to help him? Or not really?
He did.
Yeah. You could tell he was like.
But even that.
Half the time he was like. And the other half he was like. Listening, trying to get something, and then he would write notes down. JDK thinks you look beautiful, Jen.
Thank you.
It's always good to get a little ego boost like that. Okay, there are, how many people? There are about 1,300 people in the live stream today. I think we're setting a new record, Jen. That is awesome. Thank you guys all for being here. We do appreciate each and every one of you, and we do our best to try to bring you whatever news and information we can from all of our different sources, our earthly sources, our angelic sources, everything that we have. That's what we bring to you that you can't get anywhere else. Now, having said that, I would like you guys to remember that these videos are going to get taken down almost immediately after the completion of this off of Mike Barra 3 and Mike Barra 333 on YouTube, because of the simple fact that we are going to get censored, and the censorship basically is increased. I understand now that if you actually, Jen, if you actually use the word, if you say fucking, this fucking thing, this fucking guy, YouTube will demonetize you immediately. Apparently they're thinking conservatives are angry. There's new rules, and of course they got a green light from the Supreme Court 10 days ago, to censor as much as they want. So the censorship is going to increase dramatically over this period of time. So what you can do is you can instead go to mikebarra.blogspot.com, or you can go directly to the Rumble channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen. We have about 1,800 followers now. We used to have about 4,700 over on the other account. Real News Live was just an account. Rumble apparently makes a distinction between what they call an account and what they call a channel. We now have a channel. If you're over on the account Real News Live, we'd like you to slide over to Real News Live with Mike and Jen. We'd like you to follow us there. And if you can, subscribe for a measly $5 a month. It's the best way to support the show until all of this happens, and we do appreciate that. So Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rumble. Please go over there and follow us there. Also, mikebarra.blogspot.com, where you can get all the shows, videos, interviews I've done with other people. I got to get my second interview with Marina. All kinds of cool stuff, all the shows, articles, links to my books, my schedule of upcoming appearances. And I do have to tell you that Galactic Fest in Kelso, Longview, Washington has been canceled. Jen, you told me it's nothing nefarious. They just didn't get the money they thought they were going to get. Guess what? That's a Jentel confirm. You were exactly right. The sponsors pulled out. The sponsors who sponsored the Bigfoot Festival decided they didn't want to do two festivals, so they pulled out. So I think we'll be back with that one next year. But again, Jen confirmed that. Also, please do not forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at thecbdgurus.com, where you can get all kinds of wonderful CBD-based products for your health. Slide to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, click on it, type in the discount code, ALIEN, just alien, no capital A, no S, just alien, and pick up this week's specials. Any order over $25, you're going to get 5 million Bolivar, 10 million Bolivar, 20 million Bolivar, depending on the size. It's giving away currency. They've got the matrix mushrooms, the lion's mane, the turkey tail. These guys are real masters at this whole process, Lucas and Matt, and they've got pet treats. They've got all kinds of cool CBD-based products over there at the CBDgurus.com. Also, please slide over to MikeBarraPets.com, where you can get all kinds of mushroom-based products for your health, the health of your dogs, the health of your kitties, the health of your horsies. It's all there on MikeBarraPets.com. It'll slide right in there. Click on the Shop Now button, and you can pick up all the individual products. I've got Barkley on the Mojos and the Mush Puppies. He's like a 2-year-old, 3-year-old pup again. He's in great shape. He's 11 years old. They've got the Super Sauce for dogs, Super Sauce for cats, the Mush Ponies for the horses, and the health products for the individual human beings, including the Enforce Restore, which is great for your organs, your pancreas, if you have high blood pressure, Enforce Clarity for those of us over the age of 45, and the Enforce Coriolis Versicolor for your immune system booster. These things work great in concert with the CBD Gurus products. In fact, they've been talking and working together on formulas for new products for both sites. You can also get starter packs. And all you have to do is email Diana at MikeBarraPets@gmail.com, and she can answer any questions you might have about what product is best for your pet, your dog, your cat, your horse, or yourself. Diana is a certified pet nutritionist. And also you can go back to MikeBarra.blogspot.com, and you can see the session we did a week ago with Kristen and Diana talking about everything going on with them. So it's MikeBarraPets.com. Jen, why don't you tell us what's going on this week over at JenniferFalah.com?
Okay, well, the current promotion is you buy one everything healing and get one free.
Cool.
Okay, so if you want to get monthly, bi-weekly healings for somebody, now's a good time to do it. Get twice as many. So if you would like to make multiple purchases, and just use the love button at the top of the page there on the website and enter the amount. Everyone must email me. The email is all over the website. Everyone must email after purchase of anything, and we will either schedule or I will collect information from you for the healings. You can also get gift cards that you can pass out to other people should you think they need a healing. And this is for people or pets. Susan Gretz and Marcy Howell are also on the website if you would like to get services from them. And that's what's going on at JenniferFalah.com.
Okay, JenniferFalah.com today. All right, get on over there. Get some healings, get some stuff for your pets. Jen is going to do a healing. Miss Fluffy Muffy the doctor said, vet said ear mites. I think it's a yeast infection, but she's been scratching the hell out of her little head, and she's got a big bloody spot right next to her right ear. So Jen's going to do a healing for me, which I really appreciate, Jen, because my little kitty needs it. So she has all kinds of good stuff like that for you and your pets, all of the loved ones in your life. So again, questions for Jen must include your real name and the name of the person or pet or alien entity you may be asking about. That is really important.
So one thing we didn't talk about before we do that is that there was a Supreme Court decision today.
That's right. I forgot. We did have an immunity decision, and the Supreme Court is very disappointing to me. We did not get an election ruling like many people hoped. What we did get was the immunity ruling on President Trump. And what they ruled is that the president does have immunity only for his overtly official acts in office. So that means that lower courts have to characterize anything Donald Trump did while he was president as being outside his official capacity as president or in the normal constitutional duties as president. I don't know that this is a good thing. What they're going to do is they're simply going to say, well, when he gave his speech on January 6th, and that was outside of his job as president, which it isn't, of course. So they're just going to
addressing the public. It's not outside of his job as president.
Right. So They should have just said he's immune. All these cases are dismissed. Instead, they sent it back to the lower courts. We all know the lower courts are corrupt, so they're going to continue this charade of prosecuting Donald Trump. I believe, and Steve Bannon went to jail today. But there is something gained, I guess, which is that you can therefore prosecute probably Barack Obama for some of the shiz that he did when he was not in office, or even when he was in office that was outside his normal purview. Like when he spied on Donald Trump, that's not really within his constitutional mandate.
Sending out pallets of cash to another country.
Pallets of cash to Iran. So I don't know. That was my impression is they basically punted and didn't really, because they're cowards, spineless cowards. What's your impression?
I think it's good. I think it's going to be surprisingly good.
Okay.
I think Donald Trump and his camp will be very happy about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gives them a lot more leverage, because the duties of president, there's a lot of room there. Okay. You can't just say, well, you can only give speeches in the Rose Garden, or you can only give speeches, in a debate, or you can only do this or that. Well, all the presidents have been giving speeches forevermore to the public, and when you can't help what the public's going to do when you decide to give a speech. Right.
Okay.
I think it's going to be good.
Okay, good. I'm glad you think that, because I didn't really know what to make of it, because it was such a back and forth ruling. Okay, we got about 25 minutes left before Jen has to go and start doing readings and helping people. Want to remind everybody that if you're over there on Rumble, the thing to do is at the bottom of the page, after you follow us on Real News Live with Mike and Jen, the channel, not the account, at the bottom, there's a little red button that says subscribe. You click on that and you can support the show for $5 a month. And the benefit of that is that you get to have your questions answered first. So Jen, let's go through and get those questions going. Lady Diana 591, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Jen, this is Diana. Do you see me buying my dream home in Idaho this year? Thanks in advance.
Depends on when that dream home becomes available. There's kind of a delay with the one you want in the seller. It might push over into just over into next year.
Beth, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says there's a senior black mini poodle whose owner died. I've been asked if I could take her. Her name is Nikki. She's 11 years old. Well, Beth, I would take her. But that's just me. I guess she's asking if it's a good idea for her to take Nikki.
Yeah.
Who's 11 years old.
Or they're going to put her in like some, hopefully they could find a rescue. But yeah, that'd be a good idea.
It'd be good. Rosemary, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, good morning, Mike and Jen, love and light. Question, did my ex fake his hospital visit last week to be the center of attention for his upcoming 70th birthday party he had planned? That's an interesting question, but no, he didn't. Okay, good. Primetime Gal, Little Red Castle, is now a monthly supporter. Yay! Thank you, Primetime Gal. You rock. Okay, Carolyn, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, I have a 2015 Cadillac that is acting up. Maybe it's the transmission. Will it make it until we cross the finish line? And I think, well, if the finish line's this week, I'd say yeah. But that's Carolyn. Yeah, it'll make it?
Yeah, you can do some minor things to keep it going, too. One little thing at a time.
Scott, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, I found a location I'd like to be for my wellness center. This is obviously one of his humanitarian plans. It is a white brick. I guess he means white brick walls or something. Will this be the one? Scott wants to know if that's the place for him to have his wellness center after the RV.
No, you build.
You build. Even better. Lady Rose 2525 gets a little red castle. She is now a monthly supporter for $5 a month. Thank you, Lady Rose. We appreciate that. Lisa, okay. Lisa says, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, hi, Jen and Mike. My daughter is 10. Her name is Amber. She would like to know who her spirit guide is, please. Amber would like to know.
Angela.
Antoine?
Angela.
Sorry, my hearing's going.
They were sisters in another life.
Oh.
Very strong connection there.
Oh. Alexis Kate, Little Red Castle, is now a $5 a month monthly supporter. Thank you very much, Alexis Kate. Kathy, Little Red Castle, $5 a month supporter, says, I would like to know if Trevor, my stepson, will ever reach out to my husband, Rick. It's been many years of estrangement.
No. As far as him reaching out, no. I do see a point in time where everybody is in the same place at the same time, and that is civil. But no, he pretty much hates him.
Okay. Prime time gal, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, hi, Mike and Jen. Please tell me if my golf ball size hematoma on my forehead is healing well. Ouch. I hit my head getting excited while looking for my dream home at the beach 4 weeks ago. LOL. Wow, primetime gal, that's awful. I'm sorry.
You're okay. It's going to be a long healing process.
Yeah. Is there anything you can do besides
look into things that you can do to get that to like drain correctly? Because I feel like that, there's just blood sitting in there, Look that up.
Okay. Kathy, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, my dog Buster reacted allergically to something last night. What was it, so I don't repeat it again?
It was a bug bite or a sting.
A sting. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
I had to mute while I sneezed. Been working on that sneeze for about 20 minutes.
Check his area in the yard for either wasps or bees. Something happened.
Or bees. Okay. Club Todd is now a $5. Well, he's already a $5 a month subscriber. He gave us a $20 Rumble rant. Thank you, Club Todd. And he said, stay feisty.
It looks like those long black, like deep blue or black wasps is what it looks like.
Black wasp. Okay. Christina Loeb, LOEB, $5 a month supporter, says, my right foot and leg have been semi-numb. Why?
It's the hip joint. It's the hip joint. Reduce the inflammation.
Okay. Sarah says, do you see my beach trip going smoothly next week? $5 a month subscriber.
I'm just trying to see if there's a chance she would come back early, but I think that, I don't really see any danger or anything.
Diane here, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. I'm so ready to retire. 45 years is enough. When do you see that happening?
What name again?
Diane.
6 weeks because you need to tie up loose ends.
Okay. Ray, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, Mark Z this morning said he heard that the Zim range may be moved to 0.000050 and 0.000060 per Zim. He didn't say that it depended on the amount held. Any comments on that? I don't really know what that adds up to tell you the truth.
It's probably moving it from the estimated of 30 to 50 to 50 or 60.
So you feel like the value of the Zim's going up then?
I feel like it has. since I originally got the 11 million.
Wow.
I actually saw a client in one reading on the screen was 33.
Wow. Okay. Which would be fine by me. Lisa, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Do you see any info on the UK elections, please? Will Reform win the UK election?
Yes.
Okay, Carissa, that's great. Carissa, $5 a month subscriber, Little Red Castle. Will I be happy if I take my kids for a second opinion on their teeth? I'm not sure I believe their current dentist.
Second opinion would be quite similar.
Okay. Scott says notifications on the 4th of July sounds like a plan to me. Big Poet Ray says papers burning. I feel like that could be an attempt to destroy evidence. Is that what you think it is, Jen, when you look at it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Allie Barker, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber, says, hey, Jen, this is Karen. Yesterday, my husband Paul and I found our dream home. Will we get this house? We need the RV to purchase the home. Karen and Paul, will they get the home they're looking at?
It will be available when you have the funds, but then at that point in time, you decide, well, let's just make sure this is what we want. And you look at 3 to 4 homes. He says the decision is yours.
Okay. Scott asked, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. There are pics of JFK Jr. sitting in the audience at the debate. Did that actually happen? I think that was John Stossel. But Jen, do you get any hit on that? Jr. being in the audience?
I don't trust anything that came out about the debate. It just doesn't match up. It just was weird. It didn't look like two people in the same room with each other. Yeah, we saw one walk off one way and one walk off with being assisted by his wife the other way. It's very easy to merge two screens, you know?
Yeah.
I don't really think there was an audience.
Yeah, well, there wasn't. There was a few people milling around. Rosemarie says, Jen, do you DM people on Telegram telling people they need a wallet and purchase XLM or XRP? No, she doesn't. Neither do I. Disregard all that, Rosemarie.
You know, Marcy, Susan, and I, for many, many years, even when we're on Facebook, we do not private message anybody and solicit anything. We actually have a rule in our free reading groups is do not message a reader for privately for a reading. So we don't bug people. We only advertise on our channels. The only time I'm going to private message you, I'm going to sit there and I'll make you know that it's me.
Right.
I mean, random silly stuff. You will know that it's me. It's not going to sound like some weirdo like, oh, you know, thank you so much for participating in my group. I'm not going to do that. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
It's not me.
David Murtos says, Jen, you got something all over your face. Oh, wait, it's just beautiful. That was sweet, Dave. Did you like that, Jen?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Joanne Patton, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Joanne here. Jen, the lots I was going to build on Armstrong are now been approved for an 18-bed critical care facility. Do you still see me getting the lots?
That changes the timeline.
Changes the timeline. Okay. TMT VIR is now a monthly supporter. Little Red Castle. Welcome, TMT Timfer VLR. I don't know, but welcome. Glad to have you here. Julie, it's Julie B. Julie B here. Jen, this is her, the brand new subscriber. Jen, what is your opinion of the rural area around Park City, Utah? Is it a place you see as a great, safe place to live in?
I'm the wrong person to ask about Utah. There's something weird going on under the ground.
Yeah.
But I've only driven through like Salt Lake City, so I can't really tell you. But now, what's the name of the place? Let me zoom in there and look.
Park City, Utah.
The only thing I see going on there is there are some teenage groups of young men that like to commit crimes. So if you've got kids that are going to be going into high school or anything like that, you're going to want to be real. You're going to be on them about their friends. It does look like some kind of organized crime ring. That's the only thing I'm picking up.
Okay. Carlene here. Hey, Mike and Jen. When will my ex, Corey, receive his insurance settlement? When will Carlene's ex, Corey, receive his insurance settlement?
November.
Cool. Raul. Hello. One of our favorite people. Hello, Mike and Jennifer. This is Raul with a question for Jennifer. My daughter, Jada, has been having dreams about her favorite Aunt Emily. Is there any way you could find out about the dreams?
I'd have to do that in a private reading. It's going to take more time than a couple seconds I have to answer. But I have myself been having dreams about my dad who passed. It's interesting how reports have been coming in about that with other people right now. Stay tuned on that. I don't really know what to say about that. Could be the energy. Sometimes that happens.
Okay. Kim here, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Kim wants to know, when will JFK Jr., Princess Diana, and others be publicly disclosed as being alive? Well, I don't think Diana's alive, so I don't think that's going to happen. But are we ever going to see that, really? Acknowledgement of JFK Jr. and things like that?
Not as themselves. Not as themselves.
Which is, I think, a huge mistake. I think they should go ahead and do it. Gloria Galvin, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Will Hurricane Beryl avoid the Texas coast?
It turns. Oh, that's not good. It's not like Hurricane Katrina scenario. It goes into the Gulf, and then what I see is this turn northeast.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it looks like it's going to hit like Louisiana.
Okay, Beth wants to follow up on the dog, Nikki. She says, I've got room in my heart in my home, but I wonder if she'll fit in with the other animals.
Yeah, because after that, when we moved on to another one, I got a flash of you guys later on down the road telling people that this is our adopted child. And how, she's so loved and everything, or he's so loved.
Good.
So, yeah. It'll be fine.
I think it's Nikki. I think it's a girl. Okay. Andy would like to know, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Andy would like to know, he says he's been having terrible middle back and rib pains and issues. What are the doctors missing?
You got a lot of inflammation in your intestines and the stomach area. You got a lot of trapped gas moving around. Something does not agree with you.
Okay. Danae, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Thanks for being here today. Love your Pacific Rim earthquake kind of concerns me. Will we be okay to go in and out of San Francisco this week? Is San Francisco going to be involved in that earthquake?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's up. I'm trying to figure, where's the Pacific Rim? It goes all the way around.
Yeah, it's Japan.
I think it's north of that.
China, Japan, Alaska, west coast of the U.S. Kathy Clem, Little Red Castle, $5 a month subscriber. Will my daughter Caitlin have any more children? Kathy Clem would like to know if her daughter Caitlin will have any more children.
I don't answer that on the air. That's a very sensitive topic, and I only answer that when I speak to somebody in private, so I can gauge whether this person, if they get a no, they're not going to like jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
Very, very personal and very emotional.
Okay, Jen, let's slide over to the YouTube chat. It is 11. We got about, 5 minutes left before you need to go? Another 5 minutes? Okay. James Michael, hey, Jennifer, can you tell me when I will move to Tennessee? I have a beautiful life waiting for me, LOL. God has not made the way yet. Thank you. Love you guys. James would like to know when he might move to Tennessee.
It's coming up. It's either like 3-4 weeks, something like that.
Good. Rosie would like to know, Jen, will I be buying a house in Oklahoma after the RV? That's your decision, but
chances are really good that you'll choose Oklahoma. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, Mike and Jen. Jen, do I get the house with the lime green door?
No.
Okay. Rosie. Morning, Jen. Do I ever meet my Prince Charming, and do I buy a house in Oklahoma after the RV? Thanks, Jen.
Didn't we do Rosie?
What's that?
We already did Rosie.
Oh, we did this question?
Is there someone else who didn't get a question answered?
Yeah. ViewTube, Jen, are your visions only a week long? What limits the angels from seeing the completion date of RV, where we have money, and the date when it's all done? Because of human choices. There are billions of souls making choices every day. So
I can ask whatever I want. If you've been following us for a couple of years, I've got things that I saw years ago that are happening now. So it's just, Monday morning, and I go in there, hey, why don't you tell me everything that's going to happen for the rest of the year? No, we're not doing that. I do yearly forecasts for people as well. It's just that I go in there and I'm like, okay, in the news this week, because of the way that I do it, I come here on Monday morning. I said, okay, what's going to go on? What's happening this week? And also because of the choices of people and the way timelines can move, I do it Monday morning. I could have done it on Saturday and have things happen on Sunday, and now it's all changed. So it's not an exact science.
Corgi Mom said, I just saw AOC filed articles of impeachment against the Supreme Court. Oh, AOC, I feel so bad for you. Come to
What
Vegas.
I got about the Supreme Court this morning was that they are either under martial or military control.
Okay, that's good news. Come to Vegas, baby. You know the offer, AOC. It's still on the table. Come to Vegas. I'll take care of you. Phil's going on at 9 tonight. More Jentel confirmed. Well, I guess we'll see, won't we? You gonna watch Phil tonight? Do you think at 6?
Oh, do you think? Oh, you're saying that he'll confirm some Jentel? Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, he has so many times in the past. We'll see.
Lady Dice says, yeah, right, Jen. Mark said 50 to 60 million per 100 trillion Zimbabwe note, which is up from 11 million to 33 million. That's pretty high. So
something happening. And so, what's interesting about that is that in the Jentel today, we were waiting for bond client funds to clear to complete the tier. There was a delay in funding overseas. So as they pull in this money, and as we move along, they've got, the way he said, this can interrupt something with target estimation for currency rates. Same with the bond. So they have target estimations about what it'll be. And as they go through this process, it's changing a little bit. Okay. But it's kind of around what we were thinking of. So that tells me that's kind of like proof to me that this has been happening. Okay. And everybody's like, well, I want some dude to call me. People we know say this. I want some dude to call me and tell me for sure that they have money. Well, that's probably not going to happen. Okay. But if you just take a look around at all the things and put the pieces together of what we know and what we've seen so far, we know this thing is happening behind the scenes. Or that would not have changed. It would be the same damn estimation that we've had all this time. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Freddie Robinson, let's go to this last question. Jen, I've been looking at several vacation home spots. Can you see me buying in a certain state, location, area, or multiple vacation homes? Shopping on a hopeful budget. Gee, Freddie, what do you want to know? Do you want to know? Like, do you want a picture?
What decision do I actually make? No, this is all your decision.
We'll go on Zillow, and Jen will just say that one right there, and then we'll just show you a picture of it, what it's going to look like. Yeah, you got to make your own decisions.
Let me just take a look. Just for a second, Freddie. Let me see what you end up with. You do have a primary residence. You have 2 different properties that you eventually go back and forth. I think you're fixing them up. I think most of the time they're going to be like Airbnbs, but you do go and stay there in 2 different places, because I see you talking to somebody about it took you a while to get it all set up, but it's all set up now.
Cool. Okay, one more quick question on what Susan's got a doggy problem. My dog Mika has itching and skin problems. What does it come from, and what can I do to help?
Susan S. and Mika.
Mika, Mika.
Jesus, this is interesting. He's saying you need to take a look at the dog's salivary glands right now, because there's a problem there. Okay. That probably doesn't have anything to do with itching, but he wants you to know that. Itching, hives, allergies.
Yeah. Okay. Just to let everybody know, you can find Jennifer Falah. Are you going to do a show tomorrow, do you think, Jen? A philosophy show, Tuesday, philosophy, over on jenniferfalah.com on YouTube, Jennifer Falah Doring, philosophy on Telegram, Jennifer Falah Doring on Telegram, and the philosophy chat on Telegram. And also, we can't get all the questions in. So if you have a question, Jen has a new channel over there. She's
okay. Wait. Stop. Take it off the screen. Okay. I was going to tell you last time, this channel is private, so we cannot scroll through and see people's pictures and posts anymore. So that's just the only thing that, I didn't tell you that before, but I'm telling you now. But I do have Marcy, Susan, and I have free psychic reading, Speaking of Light chat and channel on Telegram. And you can post probably once a week, post one picture and a question, specific question. And when we get time, when we don't have a lot, we'll go in there and scroll down and do the ones that we feel drawn to. Okay. So we are starting our free work. This has always been our humanitarian project. But we just had to start making a living, and but we'd like to go back to it. And so that's where I'll be doing most of my work, other than shows and books and things, after the RV. So okay. You want to be in there.
Beacon of Light free readings on Telegram, right? That's what you can search under.
Free psychic readings, Beacon of Light.
Free psychic readings, Beacon of Light on Telegram, and I can't show it to you. I would, but I can't.
No, because it's private, and we really have to respect people's questions and their privacy. And their group.
Other than that, if you have questions that you left that we didn't get to, go to jenniferfalah.com and get a quick reading or one of those kind of things. All right, you can find me on mikebear.blogspot.com. On Rumble, we are Real News. I got to change this. Real News Live with Mike and Jen is the Rumble channel. Go follow us over there. Let's get that up to our 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers we had on the account. It's so weird the way Rumble works. Telegram, it's Mike Barra Chat. Instagram, Mike Barra 333. And on Twitter X at capital M, capital B, Mike Barra 333. It is not for the faint of heart. I am blunt and honest at all times there. And you will figure out what that means very quickly if you haven't figured it out by now. Jen, any other thoughts? Jen and I will be back on Wednesday for Tell the Truth Wednesday. Maybe we can get some more questions in then. Maybe we'll have some news to talk about, Jen. I'm pretty sure we will.
I do. One more thing that I wrote down earlier in the show and didn't tell you. The censoring of the YouTube and social media is to reduce the voice of angry citizens who would encourage others to rise up. It's not necessarily about the election right now. I'm thinking, I don't think the same hands are in control of the censorship anymore, but I do think when, like you were saying, they didn't want people cursing and using those kind of words, that's going to tip them off to somebody who's going to encourage people to rise up and do this. Even if it's the White Hats who have their hands on that, they don't want you to do that because they got a whole bunch of minions that are come out there and join you, and you're going to get yourself stuck in a bad, harmful situation. So they're trying to just keep everything cool right now because I know the public is angry.
Then get everything done and we don't have to be angry anymore.
Yeah, they are, but you know.
Let's do that. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Jen will be on tomorrow on Jennifer Flaw-Doring on YouTube. I will be back tomorrow night for Toxically Masculine Tuesday, the news review show with Brooks and Blake and Steve Doran. And we will see you on Wednesday. That's it. Love you guys. Have a great Monday. Updates generally will be on Telegram. If Jen gets information, if I get information later today, it will be posted over on our Telegram chats. All right.
And so will the Jentel.
Love you guys. Thanks. Bye.